Yo, Bakucrew, it's Bakubrad96 back with the third Bakugan Evolutions deck profile of the week. I know the last two have been centered around one specific Bakugan, but I'm going off track at least for today to focus on three different Bakugan. So this deck is Mosqui'Toast. I didn't really have a funny theme or name to come up with, so I kind of just went up on a play with Sectanoid because it's a mosquito. Other than that, I was kind of at a loss. But that doesn't mean this is kind of any worse of a deck. Let's start right off with the team. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, cannot speak today at all. So, Platinum Blitz Fox, double orange shield with a B power of 303 damage, and if it lands on an orange shield, you get to add a Bakucrew from the field to your active Bakugan. Pretty average B power. Well, I wouldn't even say average, it's a little below average. But in this deck, I really utilized that ability, at least I feel like, so it makes up for it. After that, I am using the Platinum Sharktar, Magic Shield and an Orange Shield Core, B power of 900 with 3 damage, very powerful Bakugan. And then, of course, it is the star of the show, and I guess the Bakugan that this deck profile is centered around, being Sectanoid, 2 Magic Shield cores with a B power of 100, but the big deal here is that whopping 10 damage. That's right, you already know before I say anything else, this is a damage deck. So for the core lineup, I'm running 2 plus 650, 3 plus 650 B power, because why not? We're going full power here. And then obviously the orange shields, Pyrus and Aquos get plus 400. So yeah, we're going all in for power, at least core-wise, because the deck is focusing on damage. And let's see, we have the burnt Mosqui'Toast right here. Really cool. Again, I want it in darkest. Just saying it right now. Want it in darkest. Well, at least want it on camera. Come on. Stay up. There we go. No more camera fails. Then we do... Oh, jeez. Platinum Sharktar. Probably just broke my stadium, shattered the table, everything's broke. No, it's not that heavy, but gotta love these platinums. So here is Aquos Sharktar. And then finally, we have, of course, with a little head there, we have Pyrus Blitz Fox. Now, the nanogan that this deck runs, we do have another Angry Gary, being the Aquos Nano Sludge'em. On a Helix core, you get to add a core from the field to your active Bakugan, and then on a Helix and Green Fist core, you get to steal a Bakugan from an opposing Bakugan and put it on yours, I do believe. We don't run those core. I know what you're thinking. Why do you run this nanogan? It's just in case we hit the opponents, kind of just one of those deals. And I do have a few key Pyrus cards that would help with this that I will preview later on. Nano Widow, pretty self-explanatory. Orange Shield, plus 200 B power. Double Orange Shield, plus 600 B power. We have 3 Orange Shields on the team. We're going for it. Baby WebM all the way. And then, kind of likewise, for the Sludge'em, it is the Pyrus Baby WebM or Nano Widow. On Green Fist, plus 300 B power. On Flame and Green Fist, plus 500 B power. So even though the team doesn't have the core to really use the nanogan, I am hoping that these are kind of a trap play while using the opposing team or opponent's Baku core against them. At least that's the hope anyway. It could backfire in my face, and then you just have 2 dead nanogan cards that you can't even use. And in that case, you're going to lose anyway. So I didn't really see the downside. But I do want to review these cute little nanogan right quick. Hashtag smaller than the B1s. Just saying. Here we have Aquos Sludge'em. Definitely a snail. And then 2 Widows. Which I know, how many times can I refer to it as Baby WebM before the joke gets old? Honestly, I don't even know. But there is Pyrus, and then the Aquos. If I can open it. There we go. Today on Find Which Side WebM opens on. I failed. And see, I called it WebM again. You see, I'm horrible. Widow, WebM. Ah. Okay. There's the Aquos. But now for the main part and what you were all surely ready for, the deck profile. Starting off with an iffy card, it is Mega Pyrus, 2 of, as 0 energy for +2, and then if you play it on a Fusion Bakugan +5, yeah, the deck doesn't run fusions, so you kind of miss out on that 3 damage, but 0 for 2 does matter, and later on you'll see why. 2 Ninja Gear for those next level plays, 0 energy to retract one of your open Bakugan, mainly in case it's not time to get out Sectanoid. You can just keep re-rolling Sharktar or Blitzfox until the time is right. At least that's kind of the idea, because Sectanoid's B power leaves it vulnerable, so if you find just the right turn to roll, I think you'll be safe. We do run 1 Quickfire, 0 energy to make a Pyrus attack for 1 damage, and you may re-roll your Bakugan. It could come in handy. I wish I had more. This is an amazing card. 1 Fire Floor, 1 energy for +2 damage and scan. Then a Rack of Fury, 1 energy for +3 damage and scan. Again, these are so low cost, I wish I had more than just 1 each, but unfortunately I just have the ones. 2 Ray of Pyrus, 1 energy for +3. It does have the Stoke ability, so when you play it, you can pay an additional 2 energy to get the effect a second time. So it kind of turns this card from a 1 to 3 for... Sorry, it turns the card from a 1 energy for 3 damage into a 3 energy for 6 damage. So it effectively doubles it, and that's really good, in my opinion. 2 Sifting Ashes, because I just had to use it in one of these deck profiles this week. 2 of these, 1 energy for draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So it just helps with the card draw of the deck. After that, 2 Chomping Tornadoes, 2 energy for +500 B power. 1 Claw Cutter, 2 energy for +4 damage. 2 Cycling Warmth, 2 energy for +2 damage, then return this to the bottom of your deck. 1 Hot Potato, 2 energy to remove an enemy Bakugan's Bakucore, negate its effect, and return that Bakucore onto the field face down. Again, another card I wish I had more than just 1 of. Might of Cindius, 2 energy for 1 damage, and this turn the victor is decided by highest damage rather than B power. Really crucial to the deck, and unfortunately having only the 1 puts me at a disadvantage. I would definitely run 3 of this. Take out whatever you see fit to bump that up. 2 Pyrus Spike, 2 energy for +4 damage, and then draw 1, then discard a card. Have a Pyrus Strike to go with the Pyrus Spike, 2 energy for +3 damage, and if Pyrus, it's +6 damage instead. 1 Razor Fan, 2 energy for +3 damage and 1 Frost Strike. Always on offense, 3 energy to reveal the top card of your deck. You give a Bakugan damage equal to the revealed card's energy cost, and then you get to draw 1. It does have the Stoke, so when you play it, you can pay an additional 2 to gain the effect a second time, which could really be scary depending on what you reveal. 2 Burn Cutter, 3 energy for a Baku Gear with an armor rating of 1. Otherwise, your Bakugan is going to get 100 B power and 5 damage. 2 Flip Strike, 3 energy for +700 B power. Got an Inferno Wings as well, 3 energy for +300 B power, and then remove all Bakucore enemy Bakugan hold and negate their effects. a very powerful card that you definitely want more of than just the one. 2 Pyrus Spark, 3 energy for 300 B power and double strike. Triple Blast Cannon just for the trolls, 3 energy to negate an action card. 2 Cloak Defense, 4 energy to scan and then draw 3 in case we really need to get out of a bad situation during game. Just really helps to draw into maybe a haymaker of a card. Then the Hero Mac, 4 energy. For the turn you play this, the victor is decided by highest damage instead of B power. Otherwise, your Bakugan just get +2 damage added on. Not bad at all. That turns Mosqui'Toast. See, I'm calling it what I named the deck. Sectanoid. It turns Sectanoid into 10 damage to 12. So, just perspective there. Then wrapping that up, other than the flip cards, is Pyrus Overload. 4 energy for +500 B power. Remove all Bakucrew attached to a Bakugan and then place them onto the field. The flip cards are pretty basic for the deck. Aquos Speed, 1 energy to block a Darkest or Ventus. Fluid Form, 1 energy to block a Aquos or Fusion. Pyrus Stopper Slam, 1 energy to block Pyrus or Fusion. And then finally, Swift Flame, 1 energy to block Darkest or Chaos. That'll do for today's profile. Thank you all for watching. As always, drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Bakugan content. Thank you all so much for the support. The channel is growing tremendously, and I couldn't do it without all of you. So until next time, remember, Bakugan, brawl!